So I'm finding out all kinds of new tricks with this phone. It makes me feel old. I hate to say that because I'm not, I mean, I'm up there. But it makes me feel old because I'm finding out all this new stuff. I think I put it on a panorama view or something. It gets crazy, man. I don't even know what to think, man. I really don't know what to think, man. I guess I'm just behind. And that's crazy for a tech. I'm going to load the Pegasus so y'all can check that out and I want y'all to start researching this stuff yourself. I want to get away from giving into full detail about a lot of these things. And so I want y'all to have your own mind. One of the biggest things that we have on a problem with the internet is, I think you need a little bit more independent thinking, but let's get to the story at hand. So now we're going to go into what happened after Stakk gave out these charges, showed up at the video shoot, wreck shop, and quite frankly, to be honest, because I talked to him, I said, if there was any video shoots in that area, they'd have to clear that up. You can't just go up. You couldn't go to that area and then just say, well, I'm just going to pull up on a video and just start filming. You can't do that. First of all, you need to know someone from the neighborhood and you need to clear that up. So bro would have been somebody that could basically shut shit down. Like ain't nobody gonna do no video. Ain't nobody gonna be doing that. Number one, it brings a lot of attention. Number two, it opens you up for any rivals that want to come through and catch somebody. And then on top of that, he had a concern with the message as well. What kind of video is y'all doing? What are y'all conveying to the kids and stuff like that? You see what I'm saying? Because you got to think, he's at a mature level with his life where he thinks a lot of this is nonsense. And so you're going to see a video where it basically breaks down where when he was done, he said, I'm sick of this shit. It's a lot of cowardice going on. It's a lot of people getting hurt. This is unnecessary. This is something that needs to change. And you know what? I don't want no part of it. I'm changing. I believe it's genocide. He's saying that. Some people never change. And you see where they end up getting. But he was able to move on with his life and be very, very, very successful. One of the few of his ilk and area to do so. Because he decided that it wasn't worth it. So when you get the little Johnny come latelys, the fresh off the boat niggas, they just got a lot to say, and they're not really doing what they're claiming they're supposed to be doing because they want to get on the internet and stuff like that. He had to say, you know what? I'm going to teach y'all a lesson. And that's why I put the Dracula Untold piece in there, because Dracula, if you ever watched the movie Dracula Untold, I don't really want to tell y'all, but in so many words, man, he was a changed man. And he had to remind somebody something. He had to remind them. He had to let them know, I'm not who you think I am.
Hey, y'all forgot who I am. I'm on my Dracula Untold shit today. Y'all forgot who I am. Yo, chill.
I'm trying to be somebody a little different. But you probably didn't receive a spanking when you were younger or any discipline. So I'm going to issue you some discipline so you could have some respect. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the fade situation had really broke him up, because he just could not believe. He says, man, we're sitting. This is the year of the 2000s. And you can at least go knuckle up in the back alley. That's how we started as kids. And you can't do that. That was enough. That was enough for him. He felt totally disrespected. He felt that the loyalty was completely lost. He was extremely disappointed. And it literally had made him sick to his stomach with disgust. So he says, okay, since y'all refuse, we're going to have a community meeting. So now they got this community meeting where everybody's required.
The other sets in the city take some issue with my ruling. However, these acts of cowards cannot go unanswered. My word is undeniable, and it stands.
He's like, all right, the other subsections of the city, they don't agree because they feel like, well, let's just give some of these young niggas a pass or whatever. And he's like, oh no. He said, I'm making an executive decision, an executive call. So he's making this executive call. Some of the OGs showed up. They don't really have nothing to say because they've, in their minds, they done retired and they say, okay, we gonna let the general speak.
What's up? We all here now. You ready?
What they waiting on?
Just watch. Just quiet.
So this nigga came in this bitch like Colin Powell was an old nigga. Bro ain't that old. He up in there with like Colin Powell. He just didn't have the suit on. I should have put a video with him in the suit on. So I just wanted to give it to him like what it would have looked like. So he comes in there. We're there at the community center at the park. And he has the folder. So everybody that's been everybody got to show up. So they all showing up. They at the park. He's sitting up there. He walks in and you can hear whispering. I mean, who think on that list and everything. So niggas trying to act nonchalant and act like they don't know because they know the people that's been doing bullshit. They know who it is. It's always some nigga, man. Well, you know, I hope it ain't me. But nigga, you know if it's you. You know if it's you. This shit was like court. This shit was like a whole trial. But you didn't have no public defender or a lawyer. You don't get to bring witnesses either. You don't get to bring witnesses. You don't get to have your mind. Nobody can defend you. You've been convicted. This is like if I would have been there and I would have been a fly on the wall, I'd be like, man, nigga, Stakk, what happened to due process? Nigga, you like Tom Holman up in this motherfucker. There's no due process. What he says goes. So they in there nervous. Man, you nigga, you know it's you. You gotta ask that question. You know it's you. So he sits down. Bro got the walk. He looking in the crowd. This time he kind of got a little mug. All the people that he got on that list is the people that he don't like. So he's walking in. Bro got that little mug. So
Young blood, what's good, OG?
Always.
Glad you made it, nephew.
Had to. Let's get to it.
he sits down. He got the folder. It's probably red. He's looking like this. And so he just wants to double confirm that whoever's on this list. So he stands up. Rhonda Blood.
Chevy Blood, Matchstick, Laregis Blood, Ruby Q Blood, Juno Blood, DeAndre Blood, Lex 2 Blood, Ty Blood, Dez Blood, Rome Blood, Kale Blood, Riz Blood. That's 12.
Pookie Blood. Ray Nail Blood. Stand up. So he's telling, as he's telling. Flamethrower. Matchstick. Barbecue Blood. You know, he's just naming all these on this list. So he's naming all these niggas on this list. And they standing up, looking around. So now he closes the folder and slams it down on the table. The OGs still ain't saying nothing. The OGs are silent. They're just kind of sitting there, just folding their arms, and he just letting him just do his thing. So he like this. And you know that sometimes, and bro do that, he'll rub his hands. He's like, he kind of gets, cause he's enjoying this shit at this moment. And he's not being brutal with power, but he's just like, okay, because he remembers when that video shoot came up, how niggas was talking. Well, yeah, we just gonna do a video shoot, and they didn't think he knew about it. But he done told them niggas, you ain't ain't no more videos. Videos are banned. So now, they all stand up. And then people start whispering.
Rambo Blood, Flame Stick, Rhonda Blood, Pookie, T-Lock, Marvo, Shauna G, King Dre, Lil Tone, JC, Big Worm, Karma.
Do any of you cowards deny these charges? Quiet. None of y'all did anything when these...
They start whispering like, man, oh, it was him too? It was him too? Quiet. So he tells everybody to be quiet. He said, because when these niggas was out here failure to the front line and they was derelict of duties, y'all didn't have nothing to say. You didn't say nothing about it. Bring it up to me or anybody else that got a cause of respect of authority. Nothing nobody got to say. Quiet. He probably had another list for them. But it said something and put them on the list. So then the room goes silent. So now you could kind of hear people kind of shuffling around in their chair, getting uncomfortable, because, you know, everybody else gets kind of leaning in a little bit because they trying to figure out what the sentence will be. All right, all 12 of y'all, and it was more. All 12 of y'all have been sentenced to get booted off the set for derelict of duty, failure to front line, refusal to fade, and one of the deepest charges, backbiting and gossip like a bunch. So 3-minute put off. 3-minute put off. Pumpkin heads included if need be. So he basically booted these niggas. He, like, you off. Extended to that. No Philly cheese sandwiches.
No more communicating with anyone from the hood. No haircuts within 3 miles of the hood.
You can't come to the corner store. And, you know, if they mama live in the area, whatever, they got to come. He said, outside of your parents, outside of your kinfolk and your relatives, you can't even come around. So he goes off into that. So he gives these niggas a proximity of the area where they can't come. He gives them a proximity like a DMZ. Like if y'all ever seen North Korea and South Korea, he gives them niggas a DMZ and hands them the map. So they looking at the map. Man, I can't go get a haircut, blood. No haircuts. No haircuts. No guy rolls. Well, man, you know, what if I want to get a date, something to eat? So they asking questions, trying to figure out where they could go. They can't go nowhere in the area. So now they're like, man, the ops might catch me somewhere. Ain't no more ops. Go over there with them. So they got the map. I don't know where he printed it out. They got the map. And they got their head down. Man, you know, I wasn't the only one. Oh, you wasn't the only one? Oh, really? I said, so you gonna tell on somebody else? Who else? Who else? So he's pressing some of the people that might have more information, because somebody else might have did some talking. He said, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a pass. He says, because I'm gonna hear about it anyway. He said, but I'm done with this shit. I said, I'm off. I'm retired. I don't want to hear nothing else. Don't nobody call my phone. Don't nobody tell me. He said, if y'all get spanked out here in the street, he said, do not call me. I'm done. So he basically gave everybody in the room an order. Don't call me for nothing. The only thing I might show up is for a barbecue. Don't call me for any support. And that was it. So the 10 people, you can see the 10 people, they walking off all extra slow, shuffling their feet so they could get put off the hood.
Yo, what up? It's quiet tonight. Tension's heavy. Folks are ready.
No more hot hoagies. No more basketball. No haircuts within 3 miles of the hood. That's it.
You did good, son. You ain't got to come back here unless you want to.
Respect. You proved your word.
So they could get put off. So they getting put off. Stack's feeling pretty good about himself. The OGs, good work, youngster. It's good work. A start to end the war. So he's walking off back to his Monte Carlo. he's still kind of looking. He's seeing the other guys. They getting ushered off because somebody about to go down there and tear their ass up and boot them off the neighborhood. And they still kind of walking like, you see the little sad puppy dog saxophone face. They wasn't doing all that when they was doing that talking, but now they, and he's looking at them like, yeah. He jumps in his Monte Carlo, so now the mood changes.
Finally done with the genocide and the madness.
He jumps in his Monte Carlo, and Stakk like barbecue burgers. So naturally, he goes and gets a burger to celebrate his removal order. So he goes off. He probably listened to some Bricks the Factor or something.
Hey, Stakk, you sound like you ride fast again.
You know it. Sliding through the south side had you on my mind.
It's cold up here, but I'm chilling.
I might have to come warm Chicago. What's good with you?
Boy, you always talking slick. I'm good. What you need?
Just your voice, that's all.
You got it then.
He probably listened to that. Or some 8-ball of MJG. Or some Benny, well, that around that time wasn't there. But he probably listened to something like that. And he's just kind of driving off. So now, he gets to thinking about Shareeka. Shareeka real loud, but she's so damn fine. So they decide they want to go to a restaurant. He tried one more time because she's like an 11, but damn, she loud and ratchet. So he decides to go off to the restaurant with Shareeka and stuff. Now, mind you, Shareeka's trying to urge him to go back to the church because she done got infected by in the house of the Lord. She done got infected by the pastor and her little friends to be going there and whatnot. So now, him and Shareeka, they going off to lunch. Yeah, you know, this, that, and third, and all this going on, and she's loud and all this, and he's kind of like, man, let's sit in the back. You know what I'm saying? Because he want to try to keep her loudness down. You know what I'm saying? But if he's sitting in the back with a booth, and then bro, you know, he wants a window seat. He don't want his back. When he comes to the restaurant, he don't want where he got to look in his back. He want to be able where he can see with somebody coming through the restaurant. That's just how he was. He's always, that's the seat he picks. So, and see, you got to think PTSD will do that to you. So now, they eating. He got his barbecue burger, and they get to talking. So now they get a discussion where she said she wants to go back. Now let me tell you how the conversation went when they initially left the church. They driving through the Monte Carlo. Now this ain't the second time they went. This the first time. The first time when the pastor said, you know, that's a nice Monte Carlo, brother. You know, you could. So that was the first time. So they're leaving and they driving off in the Monte Carlo. Shareeka was like, you know, she loud and stuff. Well, what you think about the church? This, that, and the third and all this. And he's like, man, he said, you ain't even putting no damn offering up in there. And he's like, man, this nigga got a Benz outside. What do he need an offering for? Now, she's kind of mad a little bit. Like, man, you should have gave 10%. He said, man, 10% to that nigga's Cadillac and Benz?
Come on, English my chick, say. Why are you so difficult, Donnie?
Stack's not buying it at all. He's like, man, the Monte Carlo, you know what I'm saying, take like $35, $40 worth of gas. So now she's upset because he didn't put his offering in the plate.
You ain't giving no offering, huh? We just left church and you walk out like you too good to drop $1.
Look here, woman, I'd rather donate to children or the homeless.
Children? Homeless? We was in the Lord's house. You out here riding around in this shiny car but can't spare nothing for the plate? That's trifling, Stakk.
You acting like I robbed the place. I do what I want with my money.
Well, you want something?
And now you got to think, when they passed the plate, he's justifying it by the fact that the plate was full. So he said, man, they don't need no more money. No, but now they get into like a little argument. You know, Stakk, he don't really want to argue with no broad. He ain't really with all that arguing and stuff. So he kind of like, man, he's thinking about dropping her off and stuff like that. So she's like, you know, you could at least put something in there. She's like, you know, and so he told her, he said, well, why ain't you put nothing in there? She said, well, I ain't really got no money like that or whatever. So he's kind of like, she said, well, you know, did you like going to the hotel and stuff? She liked to spoil them at the hotels and stuff like that. So now she's talking about something like that. And then now she's talking about getting more serious. Stakk ain't had no intention of getting that serious. For your mama like me and all that. So bro's trying to take this as far as he could go where he ain't got to spend X amount of time with this bro because she's so loud. You know what I'm saying? So he don't really want to spend too much of his time. But she's so damn bad that he's like, man, fuck, can't I just take your body, put it on another broad that ain't loud and crank down the volume like doop, 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 doop. Like that's how he's looking at this situation. He's like, man, if I can just like do some, like you seen that movie Get Out, where sitting up there and the stirring spoon and shit. If he could get put a broad down on one of them stirring spoons and then you just extract her brain and smack it in somebody else's brain that got some sense. That's what he's thinking. Like, damn, if I could just, you can't do that. And then she would fail to be Rashika. And so now, so they're talking about and she don't really understand. She's not really understanding scripture like that. She's not really understanding scripture like that. All she's hearing is, and the hopping and the jumping and the hollering, and niggas got the Holy Ghost for whatever reason. They think they got the Holy Ghost. So, all this performative stuff. Stakk ain't buying it. You gotta think, bro, then he done grew up around and met pimps and shit. That nigga from St. Louis. Bro's not buying that shit. He's not. He's like, man, this nigga got a whole Benz outside. This ain't no little cheap Benz. This ain't like a little small model Benz. This like the new shit. And he's not pocket watching, but he's like, man, this dude's steady asking, because he sees the Monte Carlo, and he's like, well, there's a nice Monte Carlo, Brother Donnie. So he's not interested in funding this nigga's lifestyle. He's not. You see what I'm saying? So now, I guess this broad's going to the church, and now her mind is starting to she's leaning towards the pastor. Like what he's saying, well, you gotta jump the broom now. Brother Donnie look like he'd be a good old perspective. So he's not no fool. If I could get you to join this church, 10% of what? Okay, if bro's making $130,000, 10%. So 10% going towards that nigga's pocket. And Stakk don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So he's putting the bug in the ear. Well, to jump the broom is holy matrimony now. It's good old, so she's listed to the pastor to try to see if she could get this nigga to eventually get to the point where they jump the broom. Stakk seeing what's going on, so he had to get rid of Rashika at some point in time. He had to. I mean, those were cheeks he did not want to remove from his life, but it was required. It was for his own personal, it was important. So, he had to get rid of her and stuff like that. So, he decides to go out fishing, and he got this little pet panther. Now, y'all seen that? Now, most niggas don't got no panther. I don't know where this nigga got this panther from. He's not even an animal person. I'm like, bro, what are you doing with a panther? Bro had a baby black panther. That's not something you're supposed to have. You're supposed to have a sanctuary. I said, well, bro, once it gets older, what are you going to do with it? So the next video we do, the next time I'll explain on how he got the panther. Somebody owed him some money and they ain't give him the money. So they said, so somebody had a panther. And bro, like, shit, it's a panther. He think about Huey P. Newton.
Why, Davey, you hungry? We can go get some food.
Man, when you gonna learn to cook?
Stakk, get out that car. You riding smooth, but I'm about to feed you right.
I ain't saying no.
Led the way. You lucky I even letting you in my kitchen. Wait till you taste my chicken.
We gonna see if it's like you talking.
Boy, don't play with me. Folks back home swear by my skillet. See this? No measurements. Just feel it in the wrist.
As long as it land on the plate right, I'm cool.
Right?
I'm telling you.
Met her on a Saturday night. Body looking so damn tight.
You playful, huh?
She whispered in my ear, said, baby, come home
forget about the troubles at church.
The chemistry was real. But Sunday morning came and she stepped in that kitchen to kill. I said, girl, cut up that bird, but she mangled it to hell. No drumstick, no wings, or bread, just a chicken wing shell. Girl, where the fuck is the rest? She dropped it in the skillet. I started to pray. That bird came out looking like bird ass clay. She couldn't fry chicken. Lord have mercy. She couldn't fry chicken. Goddamn girl. The loving was good, the body was fine,
right.
But that bird was raw in the middle every single time. She couldn't fry chicken. Ain't no soul in that pan. She couldn't fry chicken. Girl, I'm out the door, man. Seasoning so bland, I damn near cried. No salt, no pepper, tasted like a bag of water deep fried. Tried to bite her breast, damn near broke my tooth. Spit it in a napkin, like this the best you can do. She said, baby, don't leave, I'll make biscuits instead. I said, girl, you've been playing, you trying to kill a nigga dead. The booty was banging, the kiss was superb. But because you can't fry chicken, girl, I have to kick your ass to the curb. She couldn't fry chicken.
You can't fry chicken.
Lord have mercy. She couldn't fry chicken. Goddamn girl. The loving was good, the body was fine, but that bird was raw in the middle every single time. She couldn't fry chicken. Ain't no soul in that pan. She couldn't fry chicken. Girl, I'm out the door, man.
Girl, you fine, you sexy. But baby, when I bit into that chicken, it was pinker than your lip gloss. And what the fuck was that seasoning?
I know I am loud, but I got good heart.
You mind your manners, Shareeka, and you gon' be good.